What is going on, everybody? We are back for another edition of the ABJ Podcast. This is going to be episode 47. I almost said 87. Not that far yet. 47 with Daniel Alexander. I'm very, very excited for this one. If you don't know, you're going to hear his story here in a moment. I just really want to break down this because I always knew a vision of what this podcast was going to be and what I want it to be and what I want it to stand for. And it really has the best way to kind of put it into words and describe it for me has just kind of came in the past couple of weeks. So the ABJ podcast is a personal journal. It's a diary. It's you filling in or writing your autobiography. But each episode isn't just an episode. It isn't just a place for me to come in here and have an interview or a conversation like every other podcast. This is making a chronological journey or in a diary of every person here and them telling their story for an hour to you guys. So the ABJ podcast is mine, but each episode is my guest's opportunity to tell their story and for you to learn about them. So I'm very, very thankful to finally have that vision and kind of put into words what I'm trying to accomplish here. And we're 47 episodes in, and it's been amazing. I want to thank all my guests for doing it. Jay Bougie yesterday for stepping in. Thank you so much. Daniel Alexander for signing up for today. I'm very excited. The rest of the month, awesome names. Next month, awesome names, and just more and more people are reaching out and putting their name on the list. I wish I could interview everyone every single day, but it's hard. So I'm glad for everyone being super patient. Also want to thank my sponsorship to the new podcast. Elevation 1470 is reinventing the style and bringing traditional and nostalgic apparel to Frackville and the surrounding areas of School County, Pennsylvania. They pride themselves in hometown heritage and community. Elevation 1470 is where the trail begins. You can find them at www.elevation1470.com to find the latest traditional and nostalgic style in School County, Pennsylvania. If you'd like to sponsor the podcast as well, you can do so. Just hit me up. The links are below to find any way to contact me, social media, ways to find my guest, as well as Philly Mike. Still on the shelf right now. You know, anything you can do to support him. He's injured. If you do know any other wrestlers who are injured right now, please send them my way. I will put their links below and try to get more support out to them, or just bring some attention that they're on the shelf. They can't do their shoot job and they can't perform for you. So let's help those people out. Merchandise is still available if anybody wants to jump in and grab some t-shirts. If you do buy a t-shirt, take a picture of it and send it to me so we can show you that thank you on the social media brands. A lot of cool stuff coming up. We did talk about me going to the UK for 11 days, so any of that support helps go towards that trip. And that's pretty much all I got right now. But I want to bring in my guest. Super excited for this one. You guys are going to love this one. Daniel Alexander. I found out about this guy through, I believe, Outbreak Wrestling at the time, which is now AXW. We did a show. He's come to a few shows there. I've seen him at the Monster Factory during collaboration wrestling event as well. Just super, super high energy. And I just remembered him for one thing and one thing only, and it was puppets. I was like, this guy has puppets. And when the crowd wasn't there and nobody was around, high energy, running off the ropes, just running around like a ADHD kid on caffeine, and he was all over the place, and that energy stayed the entire day. He made sure everybody around him was in good shape. He's a good vibe to have in your locker room. I've seen at shows where he's just shown up where he's not even booked and did whatever he can to help out the product. And those type of people need to be talked about. People need to be ones to come on this story and come on this podcast. And I am very honored to have him on. So let's bring him in, Daniel Alexander. What's going on, my guy?
Yeah, what it do, man? Let me check to make sure I ain't got no boogies in my nose. I'm live. It's good.
No, you're good. No bats in the cave. You're killing it.
All right. No bats in the cave, man. No booger sugar. What it do, baby?
Well, speaking of the booger sugar, that when I first met you, I was like, "What is this guy on?" Every time there's music playing, you're dancing, you're moving, you're skipping, you're jumping, you're hopping.
I'm all pure positivity, man. Pure life, man. You feel me? Like negativity can't get me down. You feel me?
I love, man. You cannot be in a bad mood and be around you. It's impossible. You just bring that energy, that vibe, that positivity, and you're awesome to be around, man.
Yeah, even if I'm in a bad mood, I got you with a good mood.
We appreciate that. Like I said, one of the shows that really stood out for me, like I said, I've worked with you and been on shows with you a bunch all over the Jersey area and everywhere else. You showed up at Smashmaster.
Definitely.
Weren't even booked. Came in a blizzard. Came and just be like, yo, can I go work the crowd with my puppets? And now you're a member of the roster, man. Like that's dope.
Yeah, that goes to show all the young wrestlers, like, it's not about wrestling is not all about the wrestling. You feel me? It's about paying the dues. It's about respecting the business. It's about respecting your craft. You feel me? It's about giving the people that pay their hard-earned money. You know what I mean? Giving them a time of their life. You feel me? Escape the negativity and the BS that we facing on the outside. You feel me? Just for a couple hours. That's our job. You feel me?
I love that energy. I love that attitude because it's the truth, man. People work really hard for their money and they put a lot of effort into what they do for what they do with their 9 to 5s. And if they're willing to pay for a ticket, show up, buy merchandise, support a wrestler, they're not there for that nonsense. And I like how you keep that in check and you keep that on the forefront.
Yeah, big facts, no cap.
So I gotta ask you the puppets. That's what definitely stands out when people hear Daniel Alexander or they see you. The first thing they think about is these puppets. How did this come about? How did Star Moon come into play? And some of the new additions to your team with Venus and Saturn. How did this come? Like, where did this come from?
The thing is, I bought them as a gift for my daughter, and I'm from Philadelphia, so that's where Peanut Lives 215. If y'all not hit to that, is a local puppet that does kind of like street storyline. Mm-hmm. So I tried to get the same puppet but smaller version for my daughter as a gift. So my daughter was like, "Daddy, why won't you just use these little shows?" And that's when the light bulb hit. And then from there was basically Moon was my daughter, and Jordan, aka Star, was her little cousin, and now just morphed to them having their own identities, and their wrestlers beefing with them, and their wrestlers want to attack them during my matches, and Ray Kalitri, he just, you know what I mean? But, yeah, it's crazy.
It's
wrestling is weird. Wrestling is weird.
Yeah, I love it. That's the best part about professional wrestling is the fact that people have gimmicks and have these fun things. There's times where you're like someone just sitting at a curtain and you're just watching the curtain and nothing's happening, and all of a sudden maybe Star Moon pops out and just dances around for somebody and just disappears. You know, you never know where these puppets are going to show up. They go around. It's great for the kids in the crowd. They have a blast with it.
Well, the puppets are actually heroes for the youth, for the youth campaign. You mean basically my character is a grown kid chasing his dream. So to show these kids that you got somebody in your corner, you got somebody that's going to fight for you. You mean to fight the bullies off, to fight the negativity off. That's what I'm here for. That's what Star Moon here for. And yeah, we might get ruffled up, we might take some L's, but we always get back up, start the day over. You feel me? With a smile, with a banger.
It's almost like another version of Shazam. You're doing it for all the right reasons, but still keep that youth at heart.
Mm-hmm. And before we continue on with this podcast, I want to say one more thing. We just lost a fellow brother in the indie scene, Jimmy the Jester, and I want to say R.I.P. to my brother and prayers and condolences to his families.
Yeah, I unfortunately I've never met the man, but I've seen all the posts and the heartfelt love and just upset that they lost him. So yeah, this business is tough, man. Yeah. This is why when you go to shows, you sometimes more than a handshake, you give those hugs, you show that love because you never know when someone's not going to be around anymore.
And that's the thing. Like me, I normally
take those pictures.
Yeah, me. When I normally greet people, I will greet you with a dap and a hug.
Yes.
Like every time I seen Jimmy, he never wanted the dap. He always wanted the hug. He always used to tell me my energy is so pure that he don't want the dap. So he always gave me a hug. So I mean, it's just hard. It's just hard right now. And I know my brother's from the Monster Factory going through it right now. We all miss him, but we're gonna put on for him at my We Are One show, April 30th. What was now going to be a show to raise funds for the less fortunate will also be a memorial show for Jimmy the Justice.
Absolutely. And please go over and follow him on social media. If there is anything that pops up from now till then, we will try to find the link and share it out if anyone can do anything to show some support.
Yeah. We are want to check all social media websites, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Omega Strong, We Are One Wrestling Vibes, and you'll see everything leading up to the 30th from there.
Cool. Now, how you were saying your brothers and sisters at the Monster Factory, and this is where you met this man. Transitioning, into your school. Was that the first school you landed? Is that where you got your start?
It's crazy. My start was kind of typical, as most of everybody. A home wrestler, a yarder, whatever they want to coin it, whatever they want to phrase it. I'm a fighter from the street. So I used to wrestle on the streets of Philly for $3.99, breaking my body just to be able to not get into trouble in the streets, not to sell a pack or not to tote a gun or just wrestling with my friends is a hobby that I was talented in and I could do, and I was a fan of it. So why not do something to stay out of trouble? So I was good at it. So what I would is I try to invest my money and my time. And I said, I'm tired of this. If I really want to do this, it's time to go full force. So I went to CZW and did a tryout. I went to H2O, did a tryout. But once I went to the Monster Factory, it was over. Green, my favorite color, so that's what drew. Green, my favorite color, so that's what drew me.
Yeah, the lime green ropes. It's a beautiful place. But all those places you said over on this. A little bit of delay. Sorry about that. Said that all those places you named in Jersey, all amazing places to be, all those amazing places to grow. But a Monster Factory, man, what a legendary building, and the people who come out of there, a lot of them you're watching on TV, or a lot of them are WWE Hall of Famers.
Man, you got Big Show, you got Matt Riddle, you got Bam Bam Bigelow, you got Damian Priest, man. Shit, the list goes on, man. You might soon have me, man. Hopefully, you feel me? Universe, come on, Universe, make it happen, Universe.
Well, listen, every single time I call your match on commentary, I usually say the same thing, and I sound like a broken record. I'm going to keep saying it because I'm going to speak into existence. I say, circle this man's name because he's not going to be around much longer. Because I'm literally what you do in the ring and what you bring to the scene, you're amazing.
I definitely heard you say that quite a number of times, and not just about me, about Rocket and about Jay Bougie. Like, we the next fleet of talent. Wrestling would die if it wasn't for the veterans before us, and if we don't put the work in and the effort in to make the business better than the way we came in and better than the way we left it. So it's up to the new generation to help push the young generation to keep the train and the wheels moving. That's all it is.
And like I said, and not many people are bringing that positivity to the game that you bring in too, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And
too many. Great job. One thing I'm glad that I could do on this podcast is I could be real. And there's a lot of fakeness in pro wrestling. There's a lot of fake friends. There's a lot of fake buddies and a lot of fake BS that needs to stop. But it won't stop because negativity seems like it would never stop. Mm-hmm. But with a group of positive people that's like-minded, that think alike, let's just, y'all stay over there. We stay over here. Y'all do yours, we do ours. Let's just leave it like that.
Without calling names, without trying to throw shade, without causing more heat in the industry, the best way to find out, usually if a promotion's good or if you should invest your time and your money into it, is look at the roster and look when roster leaves and goes somewhere else. Not all the time. It's always for the money. Usually it's that place is negative. And if you know that roster and you know they're good people and you know they bring a positive energy and they go somewhere else, it's probably a reason. But yeah,
definitely.
So you said growing up in the streets, being a wrestling fan, wrestling in the streets for free $99. What led you to the world of professional wrestling? What was your earliest memory of falling in love with this industry?
Well, my actual earliest memory was my grandma was an avid wrestling fan. Like, shit, Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, Rikishi. Later on, when I got into wrestling, Shelton Benjamin became one of her favorite wrestlers, too. So she actually set me down, and I seen the WrestleMania stare down between Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. So I'm like, I never seen the match before, but I just seen these two icons staring each other down. I just see WrestleMania, and it's like the biggest spectacle of them all. So I'm like, okay, you mean? Fast forward about a couple more years, I'm watching wrestling now. But the first match that actually captivated me is Rob Van Dam versus Eddie Guerrero on a Monday Night Raw. Ever since then, I was hooked. Number one, number two favorite wrestler of all time. You can't tell me nothing. I'm frog flashing my pillows. I'm elbow dropping my brothers and sisters. All to imitate the dream of if I could become a wrestler.
I love me some Eddie. I'm rocking my Eddie right now. I got to see Rob Van Dam.
I wish I had my Eddie, man. I just got my. I want pizza. You mean not just no feelings? I wish I had my Eddie shirt, man. I'm mad.
Yeah. I seen RVD live a couple times. Super fun. He's another one, super entertaining. But
Jeff actually worked the show with RVD earlier last year. It was a dream of mine to actually work a match with them, but to work on the same show and be able to talk to them and get feedback and critiques from them. It's cool.
He's the first wrestler to retweet and like one of my tweets. He was at a match and it was him this is when he was doing the heel stuff where he refused to do all the trademark RVD stuff because he was a bad guy. And it was him versus Rhino. And I said, I cannot believe in 2000, whatever year was at the time, I'm watching two ECW legends with Rhino and RVD, and I didn't see 1 second of the match because Katie Forbes is ringside and she distracted me the entire time. If you know Katie Forbes, you know damn well why I was distracted.
Them buns be out. You feel me? Nothing wrong with no buns when you butter them up. You know,
Yeah.
PG
Yeah.
kids, PG. You know, talking about dinner.
Yeah, talking about cinnamon rolls or something. I don't know, but
Yeah.
and they both liked it and retweeted it because it was a fun tweet. But I was like, man, RVD liked it. Like I was like, all right, cool. That's when I fell in love with Twitter. I was like, oh, this is a way to get seen or noticed by some people.
Yeah. Yeah, I felt the same way about a Big E shout out that I did when he first broke his neck and I shouted him out. He actually retweeted it and actually liked it. So that's how I kind of feel the same way. Like, damn, this really connecting you to the real people.
I'll tell you what, man, you would be a great fourth addition to the New Day.
Oh man, don't tell me that, bro. I already got stuff in the membrane. They were talking about Bootios. We had Bootios 2.0. We had marshmallows in this one. Come on, New Day, let's go.
Yeah, we need that. Daniel Alexander needs to be the newest member of New Day.
Bootios with marshmallow puppets.
Marshmallow Star Moons. I love it. So, from transitioning from training into your first match, how long did it take from your training period to finally getting in the ring and putting on some shows?
It's weird because back then when I was training, you had to really earn it for real. So you had to earn it. So really, when I first came to the Monster Factory, 2 weeks in, I became a referee. Like instantly, everybody fell in love with my charm, my charisma, my realness, my rawness, and just me being a genuine good brother to my brothers and sisters or whatever. You feel me? So I became a referee, and then I periodically had matches here and there within 3 years of wrestling full time and just here and there having matches. I really broke out in 2019. So I started in 2017, but I really, really broke out in 2019, 2020.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I kind of want to dive into that. You said you started off as a referee. I think the referees are the most underutilized and unappreciated and untalked about job in this industry. Though the referees are so much more than just someone standing in a ring counting to three and making sure someone taps out. Behind the curtain, breaking kayfabe, they are super important. And for you to be a referee first, then transitioning to a wrestler, how much of that kind of like understanding this match structure and being there and checking on people, how much did that help you transition then when you became an in-ring person?
It's crazy because when people ask me questions about wrestling, I could somewhat tell you a little bit more referee things than wrestling things. Because Danny Cage always told me that the referee is the officer. You wouldn't rob nobody in front of an officer. You wouldn't take from something or brutalize somebody in front of an officer. So basically, you're the authority figure, and you're also the third wheel of the match, and you're also the person that helps keep each other safe when y'all knock each other loopy or spots getting forgetting or communication or time awareness. Or the referees are so vital to what we do, and a lot of people don't give my fellow zebras they respect.
This podcast is always open door for any referee. I love me some refs.
Man, I love me some refs. I love me some commentators. I love me some announcers. I love me the production crew. I love some of them more than the wrestlers for real.
They put a lot of work in.
Know what the business. Yes, man. But I think we can't look, sound, or feel good at all. We just fighting to be fighting.
I appreciate that more than you know, because I've been on that. Everything besides being besides the ring, inside that ring, where I just actually did that recently as a ring announcer recently. But I've taken on a lot of roles.
every call to the machine is vital, man. Every janitor, every motherfucking music technician, every producer, every motherfucking lighting technician, the talent, the catering, everybody plays a big part. That you can't say, oh, this show is great because of the talent. Like, we're in a new era now.
Yeah.
We got to think the show is great because of the whole overall product, the whole overall team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Give people their flowers while they're alive, man.
I couldn't have said it better myself. I love that to death. Jesse Side, we'll bring some people here. Joe Hale says, always keep fighting. He is a humble person. Throwing some love to you. Gears of Kai says, immediately love this dude.
Joe Love, that's my guy. Who you say?
Jesse Sky says, hey, he's one of my favorite people to work with.
Just the best.
There you go. And Lindsay Zinneman said, we love you too, my friend. She's from Smash Master Wrestling.
Oh, we out here, baby. See you May 6th.
into the woods. We're going into the woods.
Oh yeah,
like
we
woods,
cool.
Man.
We out here.
Woods make me nervous.
Hopefully it don't snow again.
I don't think we're gonna snow.
My bad, y'all.
I think we're safe.
If y'all hear me chewing, man, I'm eating these delicious gummy bears, man. It's all good.
Get it in you. Get it in you.
You want one? You want one?
Bring it on the 6. Bring it on the 6.
I got you.
All right.
They're regular ones. They're regular gummy bears. Regular.
Okay. So thank God.
Mm-hmm.
I've been down that road before. That's a fun one.
I wouldn't GMX you.
So, how much of your transition from backyarding to the ring was it a huge change? Was it something that you're like, oh, you took it to water, like, you know what I mean, like got ready right away?
Actually, the thing is crazy. My backyard experience actually prepared me for what I'm doing now. Okay. I just needed to learn psychology. I just needed to learn ring awareness. I needed to learn the true aspect of what professional wrestling was about.
Yeah.
All the stuff I do, the 450 splashes, the rolling thunders, drop kicks, all that stuff I did out there. You can look on ASW Philly or SCW, whatever of those contents. Like, I wouldn't recommend watching them, but if you want to watch them as a fan of me, go back. All the moves I do today, all the fighting style and all that, it's just I'm just a young kid from the street acting nutty doing the acting times that you've seen it then. But now I'm a professional, I'm a man, I'm a father, I'm growing. You feel me? We out here, baby. Come on, man.
How does one build up the courage to, especially working in the streets, man? You don't got crash pads, you don't got nothing to land on to practice to do that. How does one work up the courage to be like, yeah, I'm gonna do a 450?
That's crazy. It took me 3 years to that's my uncle. We good. So now it took me 3 years to get that 450 down. It took me 3 years to like actually nail a perfect 450. And I told myself I would never ever do this move because I always did the rolling, the 450, land on my feet and roll through. I could never ever land a perfect 450 splash maneuver. But I told myself I would not do the move until I actually nailed it. But 3 years later into my career, I actually started nailing them, and now that's one of my finishers, aka the 267. We out here, baby.
Yeah, had to put one of these people in the chat in timeout. If any of my mods are in here, just next person that says some crazy stuff, just get rid of them.
Who had to put in timeout?
Someone says some dumb shit. Some people just like to come in chats and say weird stuff to see if it's gonna ruffle some feathers. But we just move along.
I'm for all the dumb shit, respectfully, professionally. But it's not about them. It's not about them. It's about the youth, and it's about what we going on. It's about professional wrestling. You feel me? So get up out of here.
Yeah. Another one in the chat here. Just Amazing says we are one. We out here, bro.
That's my bro. We out here, man.
So
he's gonna be good as hell.
Now another place that people have seen you work and somewhere you're at a lot is kind of a backyard place as well, but it's people hate on this place a lot, and I don't understand the heat because I think it draws more eyes and more attention, and just as many people came out of this place as they did anywhere on the independent scene in any state you can talk about, and that's GTS. You're on there a lot.
Let them talk, man. Like, the thing about me is I go to good people. I work with good people. I work for and around good people. When I first met Grim, instantly a humble teddy bear, like, and he gets wrestling. He has a fan base. He has a platform. A lot like another person that I respect in the game, Darren from Super Crazy. They have platforms and products where they're just letting talent with the heart and the drive. Not just any talent. They're letting talent with the heart and the drive come in and produce content, and hopefully it takes you somewhere. Hopefully you get this, grasp it, and go.
Yeah. It was cool. It was cool to... I'm sorry. A little bit delay. You finish your thought.
No, you good. Oh, I'll actually be at GTS this Saturday.
Yeah, I'm late to the GTS game. I didn't know about it. I didn't know it existed.
Don't worry about it. You'll be caught up real soon because Bonnet Club, we on your ass.
So I went with Philly Mike to that library show, the first ever GTS in front of a live crowd show. and I had a blast. And I was like, yo, this locker room is really fun. It reminds me a lot of the locker rooms we have in Northeast Pennsylvania, the high tensions, the smashes, and stuff like that. And then Grim came to a Smash show, and he goes, this locker room is essentially exactly like my locker room. I'm having an absolute blast. And I was like, man, if we can get that PA scene and that 570 scene and mix that with the Jersey scene and everyone else who travels out, like, there's some amazing matches and some amazing content that's going to come out of that.
Well, it's up to us, bro. It's up to us to do that. We got to navigate and maneuver that. It's up to the talent. It's up to the bookers. It's up to the people with the connections and talk to somebody that knows somebody. We need to, they need to do this, man.
well, let's start.
Don't wait for the negative.
Let's do that right now. You're traveling all over the place. You're in Pennsylvania. You're in Jersey, New York. You name it. Who are some names out there that Daniel Alexander wants to square off with? Who do you want to get in the ring with?
It's crazy. My number one already from the rip. And it's crazy, like, I learned a lot from watching this man in-ring work live on shows. But I think if I get in there and go toe-to-toe with him, I can learn a lot more and possibly beat him for that BCW Heavyweight Championship. And I'm talking about the one, Darius Carter. He's number one on my list. He's number one on my list. I respect that man so much, but respect going to get you only so far with me when it's my time to be hungry for the W, when it's my time to be hungry to become champion. But I still respect him. And when my time comes to face him, hopefully I earn it in the eyes of the bookers and the overheads. And I'm going to give him the banger. These body shots going to make his body rock. I'm going to lay the boots for the youth because that's what it do.
Listen, the top of the mountain is a very lonely place to be when you're on top of it.
I'm sorry, brother. You said names. I gave you one. Let me give you another one.
Real quick, let's give some roses real fast. Darius Carter, if you don't know about Darius Carter, you're absolutely insane. He had a great showing for the culture for GCW weekend. He's the type of dude. There was a backyard show that we were doing post-pandemic, and everyone was in the middle of summer, hot, crazy. Everyone showed up to just kind of casual. Darius Carter showed up at this backyard show in a 3-piece suit because he conducts himself to that level. He's someone. Listen, I'm saying it right now. I want on this podcast. I need Darius Carter on this podcast.
But man, he inspired me to get suited and booted up before shows. Man, I'll be coming to shows all hood, looking all hood. You know what I mean?
I look like I just left a rock concert.
Darius Carter. Since I went pro and really started evolving and growing my craft, he's one of the ones that I've really looked at all of his matches and learned from watching his matches. So just imagine what I can learn, or what I can process, and what I can grasp being in there with him, or even being under the wing with him. You never know. Isaiah Wolf, I battled him before. I would love to battle him again to get my shot at the Pro Wrestling R Heavyweight Championship.
That's a fun promotion. I got to get out there.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely got to. Another OG of mine that I actually will be facing in a tag team matchup this Sunday. So, Royal Money, shout out to you, OG. You know what I mean? So, but another person I would like to mix it up with again is Black G.
Ooh, another one I got to see live at a show. He's very talented also.
And one more person. I ain't forget about you, Wrecking Ball. You powerbombed me 2 years ago, bro. I don't forget. I don't forget nothing. I want all my licks back. All my licks from everybody that did me dirty. I'm coming for all y'all. Hey, no, I love you, Wrecking Ball. Don't push me.
In the chat, JS Michael says Daniel Alexander versus MIT. That would be unbelievable.
Versus
Smash
a
Master. Yeah, MIT. He just had a big win against Kit Raff last Smash Master show. He's on an upward trend. Guy's killing it right now.
I like it. Well, once me and my boys, No Colors, just bangers, defeat Luca and his little homies, I'll be sure to knock on homie door. You feel me? Make sure y'all come out, Smash Master Wrestling. You mean May 6th?
I believe you're in the scramble, correct?
I'm in a 6-man tag match.
The 6-man tag. Yeah, yes. Another one I'd like to see you on the scene with, I think would be very, very entertaining. And maybe we can make this happen as well. You're talking about, I think a good heel. You and a good heel, and I know you worked him before. He was a previous guest on the podcast. Your kids hate him. I mean, anytime I get to see you and Jay Bougie square off, that's always a blast.
Ah, man. Congratulations to Bougie, too. You know what it's for. But anyway, yeah, my kids hate Bougie. Everybody hate Bougie because he bougie. Who doesn't hate a bougie motherfucker? But to be so bougie, he definitely could back that shit up when that bell rings. So man, respect the bougie, man.
Another one as well. I've seen you guys.
My kids still hate you though.
Yeah, I've seen you guys mix it up in scrambles. I've seen you mix it up in three ways and stuff like that. But I've never seen it one-on-one in person. I know it's out there. I know you can look it up. But you and Rocket,
yes,
I need that one-on-one. I need it to be somewhere I can see it. And if I could be on the call, that'd be even cooler. But used to in a one-on-one action.
Well, I don't want to say too much, but you might even make it happen or pull some strings there because you said it at the beginning of the podcast. I am a member of Smash Master. Rocket is a member of Smash Master. Let's make it happen, Smash Master.
Yeah, that one-on-one needs to happen. That
yeah, I just want my songs. I just want to rock. You enjoy it. Next subject.
I thought Rocket was coming out at WrestleMania. I heard the song. And I was like, I think Rocket's coming.
Yo, I did too. I'm like, why is he you slipping, little bro?
Now, what are some promotions that are out there that you haven't worked for yet that you would love to? You see their roster, you see who's working there, you see the vibe of the locker rooms that you would like to jump in there and mix it up.
It's crazy because I'm all about elevating my craft to be the best I can be. So actually, Reality of Wrestling, Booker T School in Texas, a company in Texas, I would love to go there. I would love the opportunity to go there. Impact Wrestling, MLW, Ring of Honor, Dark Elevation, AEW, NXT. It doesn't matter. The next step to me is television. The next step to me is the big league, so I can learn. Even if I'm told no, I'm gonna learn all I can learn. Bring it back home. Reshuffle, reorganize with my cards, and deal them out again. Yeah. That's all it's about.
You know, wouldn't be another one I just thought of. You just said about some of those super indies, we call them. Speedball Mike Bailey.
Oh man, yeah. What do you want?
Yeah, I'd love to see that one also. Now, a lot of people don't understand, like the fans don't get to see a lot of the stuff backstage. They don't get to they have these conversations that we get to have here, and this is why I love this platform. But one of the things I always get to learn, I love hearing from talent, is you have that match where you got to talk to somebody backstage, you got to work out your match, you get to work out the details, and you really get the vibe off each other and feed off each other. And then once the match happens and you hit that curtain again, you feel like you evolve, like Pokemon status, where you're on another level as a professional wrestler, where you feel like that match puts you on another platform. It clicked. Everything just happened for you. Can you recall a match or a person out in the scene right now that you've went out there, you went to war, you guys hit the curtain, and then you just kind of, once everything's settled, you're like, I'm a different person. I feel like I've hit my groove.
There's two matches and two opponents that come to mind. Actually, you said that. Actually, three. Ricky Reyes. I had a matchup with Ricky Reyes, and he pushed me to my limit to the point that I knew I made it. I knew I was at a level to, all right, I made it. But I need to go higher. I need to keep scratching. I need to keep calling. I need to keep growing. I need to keep learning. And with Royal Money, the first ever match I had with him, the physicality we both brought out. And I mean, me being from the streets of Philly, him being from the streets of Camden, it just meshed so well to the point that, all right, I'm like, this is it. I know who I am. I know my identity. I know this is where I belong. And come on. Without a shadow of a doubt, I gotta give a shout out to the Light. I gotta give a shout out to Marvelous. We've been killing the game for 3 to 4 years. Our storyline basically is one of the hottest young prospect storylines in the past couple of years in the indie scene. You feel me? We even took it to one of the top matches at a 2300 event last year. So you feel me? Big ups to them, man. Because if it really wasn't for them, they would have. Those matches and those 3 wrestlers pushed me to be Daniel Alexander up to date.
So you got to wrestle in 2300 Arena or LDCW Arena?
Yes, sir.
That's a sweet local bucket list right there. That's a good check.
Oh yeah, right. Checked off. I didn't even notice I checked it off until I was talking to my brother Just saying. Shout out to bro again. Earlier today when we was at work, I just realized that I literally checked off a building that I was watching, seeing fans throw chairs all in the building when they ain't like nothing. All the riots, New Jack trying to kill people in the building, all that. I really wrestled in that building. And that inspires me to go hungry. That inspires me to go harder.
Yeah.
For the next level.
Speaking of Just saying, on the list, had a conversation with him behind the scenes, so it's coming soon.
Hey, there you go. Very interesting man, very interesting wrestler. I'm just I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. He's just saying, but we get it.
He's another one. Just shows up at shows that's not booked just to get his name out there, and I love that grind, that hustle.
Yeah, it's hard work. It's hustle. You feel me? Even when we get to the Mecca, WWE, we're gonna have to do these things. You feel me? We have to pull a load for the team. Like I'm the type of person that if I see ring crew guys tired as hell, like nah, bro, take a break. Let me do this thing. You feel me? You take a break, Mister. You feel it's like that. That's how we should be helping each other out in the business.
Yeah, absolutely. Now I know you kind of said a city there, and this person kind of totes the line between two cities that you just said, Philly and Camden. Have you ever crossed paths with Deshaun Pratt yet, as in the ring?
No, never. But that's my OG though. That's crazy. That's my OG.
That would be that'd be a very interesting matchup.
Definitely. Yeah,
or you and Boom Harden would be very interesting too. CMD is just a fantastic team.
Hell yeah, that's crazy, man. Both of them guys. Yeah, I studied them for years. Trust me. Like there's two top level talents that I would love to get in there with. Hopefully before this year ends. I'm not them two on the list. I should make a list of wrestlers to watch your face.
Yeah,
and check them off as I go.
Write it down and just scratch them. That's what I do. I list a podcast right
here. Win, lose, or draw, I am the draw. So at the end of the day, you mean just put them on the list and check them off.
Oh, the sirens are going off. What? Is someone's house burned down? What's going on?
Nah, man. It's Philly, man. You don't ever know what the sirens is for.
So besides
I'm good though. We out here.
Besides professional wrestling, what are some other interests that you have that maybe people aren't aware of? Some things you like to do? I know you said you're a family man. Are you gaming? Are you watching movies with your kids? What are some things that you do to keep yourself preoccupied when you're not working or wrestling?
That's pretty much it. I'm around families 24/7. I'm around humble friends. Like I don't even got friends. I got family. I got brothers. I got sisters. I got family. You feel me? I don't got no comrades. I don't got none of that. Family, you feel me? And so if I'm not at work, if I'm not at wrestling, which damn near majority of my life consists of, because even when I'm home, I'm wrestling with the kids and I'm playing with my daughters and chilling around with the kids and all that shit. But if I ain't doing that, I'm just, chilling. I'm gonna say smoke weed on this joint. I play the game, I fall back. I'm just humble. I try to grow my We Are One brand more. I try to help other young wrestlers get it more when I feel as though if I see them stagnant and stuff in certain ways, I try to help them navigate their ways through the scene and shit like that.
Now, you said you're coming home and you're wrestling with the kids. Is wrestling a big part of their lives as well? I know they come to the shows and support you, but is it something they express to you like, no, I want to train, I want to do this?
Nah, the little girls, no, they just support me because, for one, my other two little cousins' favorite cousin and my daughter is just a daddy's girl, so they just gonna support me anyway. But my family originally are wrestlers fans from the Attitude Era, Golden Era, so they all fell off. But they support me though.
Yeah.
They're like, we ain't watch that in a minute, but we see you doing you. You know what I mean? I keep telling them it's up to me to make my city back relevant to wrestling.
Yeah.
A lot of people from Philadelphia are doing it, but not a lot of people representing Philadelphia the way they're supposed to while they are doing it.
And there's not a lot of people from Philadelphia who, not a lot of places running in Philadelphia. You know what I mean? There's not a lot of promotions that do it. They all go over to Briggs in Jersey because it's a little easier to run in Jersey because they have less restrictions.
Man, I think the athletic commission or something holds a lot of things down too over here, and the fact that like ECW not around no more, the fact that like you got the Learcourse or the Wells Fargo that WWE or AEW or anybody can rent to come out, like they feel as though wrestling ain't needed in the city, but yes it is. And that's why I made the We Are One brand to bring We Are One to Philadelphia too. But that'll be in a distant future.
Yeah. Well, listen, if we keep this grind and we keep climbing that top of that mountain, man, we'll eventually get there and get it done.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone has anything else in the chats, let me know. But you did say if anyone has any questions.
Come on, chat.
Let's get the chat going. Let's get the chat going.
What's wrong with y'all? Get the chat and get the yipping and the yapping.
What game you said you playing right now? You said you.
I'm on 3 games, man. I'm 2K, Call of Duty, and WWE. 2K NBA.
It's on sale right now, and I'm debating to pull the trigger. And the only reason
2K24.
Yes. The only reason I want to buy it is like I want to play that Jordan mode. I want to go back and do the iconic Jordan stuff. It was in an old
kind of like
game,
WWE, kind of like 2K23 with the John Cena.
Yeah, is it really good?
I didn't play it yet.
Oh my
it's
god!
It's 2K23 or either or yet. Nope, I ain't played it yet. I didn't even get it yet.
Yeah, it's on sale right now on Xbox for like $20. I'm debating to pull the trigger. Yeah, you for $20.
PS4.
Yeah, on Xbox right now it's on sale. You can get 2K, the golf one, and you can get NBA for both games for $20.
Damn, man! I'm about to say, man, I got a PS4, man. I'm sorry.
Here you go.
I ain't got the 5. I ain't got the series, man. I'm gonna keep Ninja. You mean? Shout out to only the Ninjas. OTN in the building. You feel me? OTN.
Joe Hale says a match that I want to see happen is Daniel Alexander versus Damian Hardway.
Another one. DJ Khaled, another one. Hardway too, another one of the OGs I learned from just by watching them. Rather these OGs think I don't watch them or haven't learned anything from them just because they're not my trainer or I'm not around them as much. Trust me, I'm visual. And I always learn through matches, through lessons, through critiques, through all that. Even if the critique ain't for me, I'll take it as if it is. You'll never know if I'm going to make that mistake or run into making that mistake, possibly thinking about something like that. So,
what are some advice you would give someone who wants to get into the business, whether it be a wrestler or a referee or production or anything in general? What would some advice you would give to somebody who's an outsider who wants to then step and be on the other side of that rail?
I'm gonna just say one thing, and this is what Damian Priest, Punishment Martinez said to me: take it serious. If this is what you really want to do, take it serious and put your heart into it.
And Damian Priest told you that?
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. If that is someone who, when he first came on the scene in WWE, it took me a little bit to buy into his character and buy into who he was. And then because I love my independent scene, I went and did a little research and I did some digging and I looked at him and I was like, bro, this dude wanted it. Because if you look at Damian Priest back in the day and you look at Damian Priest now, this dude transformed himself.
Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about. Transforming progression, you mean? Getting better, wanting it, taking it serious.
Another guy from your old school that you may see a little display of back here. It's hard to see, but I got a Dark Order mask back there. So I know number 10, Preston Vance came from.
Yeah, what's up?
I love the Dark Order. It bums me out.
I'm mad he took the mask. Yeah, I was just about to say that man he took the mask off.
You know what I'm mad about? I'm mad that the only AEW figures I collect are Dark Order figures, and he never got one. And he had 3 of the dopest masks in the game.
Yeah,
if they make a Preston figure and it doesn't have a Dark Order version of it,
they gotta make a Preston with a -1 too. They gotta make Preston with -1.
I got this sitting right here. This is my holy grail right here. I got my Chase Brody right there.
Brody Lee.
Yeah, when I found out Preston used to work a lot in the Northeast scene as well, so it was really cool to see him transition. And I didn't know he was a Monster Factory guy once again until later on. Speaking of helping out, Daniel Alexander helped me big with my with my Joe Loves Live, and I appreciate that very much.
Hell yeah, man, we out here, baby. Anything that will contribute to the business, man. We out here.
What are some other goals besides people you want to work and places you want to work? What are some goals coming up for this 2023 that you want to get done this year?
Get a job. That's real rap. Get a job, get signed, get scouted. You mean? That's just about it. Only thing I can do at this point is keep getting better, keep growing, keep learning, keep getting booked at the right places, keep getting exposure. And I mean, maybe the opportunity could come before 2023 or 2024 ends, or you never know.
Yeah, just get all
a lot of.
God, I'm sorry. That delay is tough.
No, I'm just saying it's just a lot of talent in this pool in professional wrestling. So to pick from a lot of great talent and a lot of good people and a lot of different looks and a lot of different images and characters and gimmicks. You gotta have something different to stand out. So that's why I'm trying my best to stand out.
Yeah, I'll say this, man, and it's awesome to be part of this, and the door's always open for anyone to come and test their skills and get into this business and join this brotherhood and this family. But man,
hell yeah, definitely a family and a brotherhood.
But if you're a talent in the ring working, male, female, if you're a commentator, if you're an in-ring announcer, if you're anything, man, the talent pool and podcasting, anything, man, the talent pool is so good. It's hard to really stand out. But yeah, keep grinding, because one of the biggest times of the year just happened. And there's about a year gap where everyone right now is in super motivation mode.
I've been telling people, y'all better get your hustle up. Y'all better get your merchandise up. Y'all better get your promotional game up. Y'all better get your networking game up. Y'all better do everything y'all can for this next year. Because even if we don't get the opportunity to get to the Mecca, bro, we got so much stuff around us we can be able to do together and make shit pop for our region while they over here bringing buzz to our region.
I think people are going to be very pleasantly surprised of what this Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York scene can put together when everyone travels to Philly that weekend.
It's going to be crazy, and if all the veterans and the bookers can come together and do something like a big epic mega card of pure talent, like for if it's 2 days, 3 days, or span it within that month.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's have an indie WrestleMania month.
Yeah.
Start that WrestleMania weekend in banger shows.
Leon the King says, question, what is the best wrestling video game you've ever played?
Shit, that's hard.
I have a little bit of a collection.
My favorite though, I'm not gonna hold you. 2007 and 8 WWE SmackDown vs. Raw, because it's solely for GMO. The old GMO slap. Bro, I can play that year after year after year and never get tired of it. And I played with 2 different controllers. I was Raw and SmackDown with 2 different controllers. So I had all the wrestlers. Ain't matter who I drafted.
I'm very partial to my N64. Give me my No Mercy. Give me my WCW versus NWO.
See, that's why I said it's hard, bro. But for me, that's that, because the GMO was something vicious.
Yeah. Lindsay's gonna pull the question. Here it is. Photos or no photos, with the controversy going on. Before we answer, I just want to say there's really not controversy. Essentially, what happened is someone made an account that likes to be parodied.
What's going on with that?
And he stirred up the internet, and he did exactly what he was trying to do. But I do get his point, right? So he comes from an older generation where sometimes people don't professionally ask for things backstage, or they go about things the wrong way. And that goes from talent, that goes from people in the podcasting game, that goes for people who just kind of are in a locker room and they don't have the hey, I should wait to talk to this person, or I'm just gonna run right up and be that person. I think that's what it was kind of coming for, but everyone has their own takes and their own schemes and their own ways of handling it. But where do you fall on the photo no photo controversy, if you want to call it controversy?
Well, I'm more so like, I'd rather wait till I know the bond is built before I can even cross that line to be able to do all that. So now I'll wait to know if I earned your respect, and you'll damn sure know when you earn mine. And then we can come, hey brother, can I talk to you real quick, or can I get your advice on this? Can you watch my match, or I'm going through this bummer in life, and I need your help or something. Until it's that moment, then I ain't taking no picture with you, homie, and you ain't taking no picture with me. But take some pictures.
Yeah,
if you got a mind. If y'all connected, take them pictures, man.
I agree 1,000% what you just said. I think there's opportunities where there was names backstage, and I was like, man, that person's my and unless it's like a con experience where you're paying money, then do what you got to do.
Yeah, if you're good.
Yeah, if you're backstage and you're hanging out backstage and you're on one side of the room and he's on the other, and you haven't even went over and said hi to him yet, or introduce or her or anything like that, or introduce yourself, or had that one-on-one conversation for a couple minutes, and then end the conversation with, hey, by the way, can we get a quick picture, because you feel like you've earned that conversation. I think that's fine. But just walking up and be like, yo, can I get a picture quick? And you would even say hi to the person first. I think that's kind of disrespectful. Yeah,
it's all about the bond. Like you can't say hi to me and then then expect the picture. Not say hi to me and then expect the picture. You feel me?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I totally agree. But take those pictures because they're very important and they're the ways to do it. But if you are backstage and you're with someone who's been on TV or who has been established in this industry, show some couth first. Don't be that M word. Don't be that term. Don't be that mark. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely introduce yourself. You feel me? You ain't gotta be a mark. You ain't gotta sit there and like, well, I remember 1995 when, or you ain't gotta be none of that shit. Introduce yourself high and by, and let the bonds of respect grow from there. And then later on, you can do all the, hey, baby, let me get the picture with you, baby. Come here. All that shit.
Absolutely, dude. Honestly, I have worked and I've had the pleasure of being with people who've been on TV and who have been established, and I've worked meet and greets with them, and I've been backstage with them, and I've done all that. And half the time, I don't even tell those people I'm a podcaster. I don't tell those people I'm a content creator. I'm there to do a job. I'm there to represent the company. I'm there to make sure production goes over. I'm there for those reasons. But then I see other people that have the opportunities I have in the podcasting game, in the content creating space, and they kind of come in and take a giant dump on it, and they always make it about themselves, and they're the loudest ones in the room, and they're disrespectful, and then they go on and they have people on podcasts they don't research or have any connection with before they have them on, and they shit the bed, and then really good talent then remove themselves from the podcasting space because they had that bad experience because they didn't do their job properly, and then someone like me misses an opportunity to have a really good conversation.
Well, all I know is the ABJ podcast and Booker T words is good. You feel me? You do a great job, bro. And I've always been a fan of you too. Trust me, I've been the same way. I've been waiting for you to hit me up to get this podcast out the way, bro.
So that kind of pull the curtain back a little bit. I get nervous sometimes, man. For that exact reason. I don't want people to think I'm cloud chasing. And I want to earn that respect and have that bond and have that connection. So I don't reach out to a lot of people. I get nervous.
You could have hollered at me at IWA a while ago.
I know. I wanted to. I love your work.
Even then.
Yeah.
Even then, bro. Like.
Yeah, there's a lot of people on this list, man, that I want to have on the podcast, but I just got to earn that.
I see what you mean by going back to the picture.
Yeah.
To the no picture situation, and understand like what you just said, coming to me and you ain't know it was. Man, listen, come to me anytime, bro. Like I'm one of them people. I'm a people person. You feel me? I can feel your energy. I can feel your energy. I can feel your aura, and you ain't no bullshitter. So you a real one. So you feel me? Anytime you need a podcast.
Sometimes it gets me in trouble, but
oh yeah, get me in trouble too all the time. I don't give a damn though.
And we'll wrap it up close here with this one here with Leon the King saying, "What's your thoughts on Hit Row, Bianca Belair, and R-Truth?" I guess what he's trying to ask here is the culture being represented in wrestling at the top level with people like that.
It could be yes and no because they're at the top level, but it can get a little bit more, but at the end of the day, get in where you fit in. Where you need it is where you need it, and do your job. That's it. You still want to eat. You still want to make money. You still want to take care of your family. It doesn't matter if you world heavyweight champion. It doesn't matter if you jobber. It doesn't matter if you grabbing a mop. Do your job. That's it.
Yeah, there's a lot of
promotions.
And
they do their job.
They do their job. Like that delay is killing me. I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm stepping all over you. I know New York has a promotion. I know Jersey has a promotion where the promotion is essentially just showcasing people of color, where it's showcasing the talent because this industry and this business has been very lacking when it comes to representation of people in color in this industry. And I feel like the independent scene is the independent scene is doing a lot of great work changing that. Yeah, changing that, and I think it's amazing, and I love the culture shows, and I love the pride.
But you got to peep too. I was just about to say that. Not only for the black people. Yeah, we got Latino companies starting to pop up. All female companies are starting to pop up, and the gender promotions and shows are starting to pop up. So all genres of wrestling are really starting to pop again.
I love it. It's so I love. I was talking to somebody like, yo, maybe we want to bring you in and do commentary. And I said to him, I was like,
hell yeah.
And I was like, I would love to, but your promotion is for the culture. And I feel like you can get somebody part of the culture to do that job, and I'm not part of that culture, and I don't want to take a spot away from somebody because that's what you're representing. You know what I mean? I'd love to go there and be a part of it, but I think if it came with a spot for that role, I think you should get somebody else to do it. I've told promotions that because I respect what that person's trying to do and what that person's doing with that for that role, and I think it's amazing. But kind of doing the history of professional wrestling, like there hasn't been many black representations when it comes to world champions, especially at the top level of WWE. And the fact that like
5.
Yeah, that's crazy to think about 5. But like I didn't realize how important it was for representation in this industry until I was at a live event and I seen Bianca Belair come out. And I just remember seeing this little girl in the front row, and the way she popped for Bianca Belair is exactly how I did when I seen. Yeah, it was just like, that's so important. That's so important for this business.
Like Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Bianca Belair. Those are 3 people. When I say the For You campaign, to study like how to be a perfect baby face, I watched them 3.
Yeah.
Cody, John Cena, and Bianca.
Bianca's good.
The way that truly them. I can't wait to see her as a main roster heel.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see it for a long time though. I think she's too. I think she's too over. Yeah, I think she's too important right now to become a bad guy.
And they need her. Yeah, they need a top female babyface.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So we'll wrap it up there, man. And I want to say thank you so much for coming on the podcast, for giving me your time. We definitely got to do this again.
We are here, man.
But anything in closing that you want to tell people about that we didn't talk about, something you want to plug, something you want to get over, merchandise, where can people find you on social media? Let's get it all out there.
All right, hit me up at 1-800-BANGERS on Pro Wrestling Tees, you feel me? Salim Alexander on Facebook, Daniel Alexander, 1-800-BANGERS on Instagram, Daniel 215ATG on Twitter. You already know, 1-800-BANGERS on YouTube. You feel me? Come out to We Are One. Help donate to the less fortunate and come join us for our Dreamers of Justice Memorial Show on April 30th. Bell time is motherfucking 3, but the doors open at motherfucking 2.
Love it, man. Thank you once again. Everyone in the chat who came and hung out, gave the thumbs up, hit that subscribe button if you did so. I appreciate you all so much. We will be back. Let me check the calendar real quick because my brain's like mush at the time. But we are back again for the podcast on the 18th with Mr. Sam. And then next week, that'll be Tuesday. And then on Thursday with my buddy James, who is he has a recovery podcast that he likes to talk about. He used to be living in my area, and then he moved to the UK. So he's doing this thing internationally. My first international guest. And I can't wait to reconnect with him when I go to the UK in August. When ABJ goes to Wembley Stadium for AEW, I'll be out there for 11 days. I've never traveled out of the country like that, so I'm very excited to go to the UK. Once again, if you guys can grab some t-shirts, I have a Patreon. I have ways to donate and support the podcast. All goes to that trip. And I'm going to go check out some independent shows while I'm out there in the UK. I'm pumped. I can't wait. But
yeah, man. Well deserved, man. It's like a vacation in a way.
It is a vacation, but I'm gonna be working the whole time, bro. I'm recording everything.
It's a workcation.
Yeah. I've been trying to do this vlog. I've been doing a vlog lately. I don't promote it. I don't talk about it because I'm really self-conscious about it yet, because I get a little real on it, and a lot of the stuff I get really insecure, and I'm trying to get better with it. But the vlog or journal is my way to get over those insecurities. But but I want to do a lot of that over while I'm in the UK too. But once again, thank you so much, man. We're gonna close it off there. Episode 47, climbing and grinding. We're almost at episode 50. I've only started this podcast in October. That the hustle and the grind is here. I appreciate all of you for showing that love and support. And we'll see you guys very, very soon on the next episode of the ABJ podcast. We're out. Here's some music by Billy Trey.